Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, or looking to sell your home, this show is designed for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room, with my attorney advice throughout the way. If you have any questions during the program, I have people standing by right now at 407-205-0400. If you want to start your house hunt right now, you'll need that pre-approval letter. Dallas Lehman is standing by with You Have Mortgage at that very same phone number, 407-205-0400. A special show today, set up a little bit differently, but it's designed to protect and to help you. Before we begin, it's time for my opening statement. Today is all about helping you. The only thing I can really do is put business owners and friends together to come up with plans and strategies to help you through this very difficult time. I know what you're going through. We're all going through this. The next 30 minutes, we have some excellent offers for you to help you through this most difficult time. Two great friends joining me today to help me through it and really to help you through probably the weirdest time that we've ever lived through, at least financially, in our entire lives. It's Stephen Bader, COO of IQ Power Solar, Ali Asmar, Mecca Builders. Guys, first of all, thanks for your friendship with me, number one. And Steve, really, you came to me with this idea. Before the show, you said, Justin, I have something that I really want to do to help your audience, but you made it clear to me, this isn't just for anyone. This is not one of these, 20% off deals. This is something that you've designed just to help this audience through what's going on right now.
Essentially, if you meet with us and you go solar, we're going to reimburse you for your next electric bill, and then we're going to make your payments for you for the rest of the year. And what that does is, we can't take over, all of your concerns, but we can relieve you from your electric concerns for the rest of the year.
I mean, electric bills are a pretty big expense for people every month. I mean, as you know, before I went solar, I was paying $500 a month. I think the average bill out there is at least $200, right?
And the biggest problem, Justin, is now that people are spending a lot more time at home, those bills are going up between 30 and 70%. And it's creating a lot of concerns far past the single home, and it's creating concerns for the grid and the utility company. And there couldn't be a better time to go solar because that also helps that situation.
And keep in mind, this is a deal only designed for you. And all you have to do to call is 407-205-0400. So let me make sure I have this straight. IQ Power Solar is offering to not only pay my, let's say I sign a contract with you right now. Mm-hmm. You'll pay my electric bill for this month. And then once the solar is actually up and running, you will pay my solar payment the rest of the month.
So the way that we have to structure it is, if you sign a deal right now, your next electric bill, we will reimburse you for that because it's not likely that you're going to meet with us and you get an electric bill that day. We'll reimburse you for that bill, and we will pay your payment for the rest of the year, for the program that you get. And, what we did is we really took some time and we thought about people that are deeply impacted by this on both economical and, hazardous work levels. So, and, the offers for medical staff, people that are working in hospitals, people that can't take off. It is for, EMTs. It's for police officers. It's for over-the-road truckers. It is for National Guard. I mean, there are people getting deployed all over the country that their house is in, Florida, and they still have to pay the electric bill. They're over-the-road truckers working, insane shifts, the maximum allowed of hours they're allowed to drive legally, and their families are at home for 3-4 weeks at a time. And I mean, in theory, they're keeping the country running right now.
That's right.
So we really just wanted to take a second and recognize that. And again, we can't take care of all their concerns, but we can do some things to eliminate their concern for the electric bill. And again, we're not increasing the cost of the system, so this buffers that in. We've never made an offer on this show before. Yeah. It's not our style of marketing. We're a non-transactional, company. We don't try to engage customers or onboard them with a transactional theory, and this isn't about that. We're not going to raise our costs. It's going to be exactly, what they are, and we're just going to do that.
I mean, we've done this program together several times, and I've even said, let's throw out some kind of offer or something. You've always said, no, IQ Power is not that. We really pride ourselves on the best service, but we're not one of these companies like these mom and pop solar companies that pop up who are just throwing out these crazy offers all the time. who are probably going to disappear on you. I mean, you've never really done this, and you're doing it to help you. Stephen Bader from IQ Power Solar is doing this to help you. Do yourself a favor. Call this phone number, 407-205-0400. And then to add insult to injury, Steve, the electric bills are already astronomical at times. Now we're all home together all day long. What does that do to your electric bill?
Well, again, that increases the bill. There's numbers between 30 and 70%. And I'll tell you, when this is all settled, because even though this is a deep economical impact, it's not an economical crisis that stimulated this. It's a medical crisis that was the catalyst. So, but I will tell you, and again, the reason I don't make offers, it's not that the smaller companies that make offers are bad, but it's just a stigma with it, that they're not that serious, they're disingenuous. But I will tell you that we already got a letter from our distributor that our costs are increasing April 14th, and with a pending increase the following month. This is going to have a major impact on the short-term price increase of solar contracting, roofing contracting, and some other general contracting for at least the next year, meaning, and you got to think about something. Roofing and solar have gotten so intertwined as a business model in the last year because of some of the solar tax credits involved for you to get a new roof. With this happening right now, because there's only a few, like the rest of the year, roughly 8-9 months left to get the 26% tax credit. If you come out of this into the wrong period, if you come out of this into hurricane season, you come out of this into Thanksgiving or Christmas, which are slow install months already, you're basically losing the window of opportunity to get the best remaining tax credit, because it's dropping next year, and then it's essentially going very, very low after that. So there's some real urgency for the first time. It's not just advertising.
Now, Ali Asmar, dear friend of mine here as well, owner of Mecca Builders and Mecca Roofing, MeccaBuilders.com. Thank you for being here, because what I've noticed is a lot of people are at home right now, and the more time you spend at home, your electricity goes up, but then you also find things in your house that are breaking because you're using them more. You're finding things in your house that you've been working so hard you haven't noticed are having issues. And one of those things, guys, is the roof. I mean, if you're home and you notice that you have a leaky roof or something like that, this is something that you don't want to ignore right now. I mean, what is it, the dangers of having a roof that's having issues and not doing anything about it?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me again.
Always a pleasure.
Appreciate being here. But there's all kinds of issues that arise from water intrusion, and it's something that's sometimes it's not very noticeable. But now that people are home all the time, they're starting to notice things, they're starting to hear things. So we're getting a lot of calls, a lot more calls than normal.
And Steve, does a roof and solar sometimes go together?
The increase of roof and solar purchases together is in the 1,200% range in the last year. And it is massive, because I'll tell you, there's a couple of things that a standard roofing company can't do, just flat out, okay? The average roof loan right now, if you want to finance, and a lot of people want to pay cash, they can't do that right now with either their nest egg slammed in the stock market or with them conserving their cash flow. If the better financing options for roofs are 5 to 10 years at 10%. If you get solar, you can wrap it under the umbrella of the solar loan. You can get 20-year loans with tiny payments, and more importantly, a lot of roofing companies will come give you a quote on the roof, they fix the roof, they leave. What we do, and by the way, if you're interested in the roof with solar, you can call us. We work with Mecca. It's the only company we work with. We've done a lot of jobs with them. They're top notch, and they're top notch whether we give them one job in a month or 10.
Right.
And that is a massive differentiator with a lot of other contractors that are used. But we look at, okay, did the water intrusion mess up your installation? Are you going to have mold if we don't address this? Roofing companies don't do that anymore. They just look at the roof, they get a new roof.
Yep.
And again, if we have to fix your installation, we're not going to do it like, oh, it's going to be $12,000. We do it at cost, because we're not in the insulation business. We do it at cost to make sure you don't have mold in 6 years. We look at, and the value of Mecca that he didn't even mention is that he has been a builder for 35 years. He's built homes from scratch. He's gone in and retro fitted homes. He's made additions. So he knows when he looks at your house, oh, that looks like there's some mildew on the trusses. He knows what he's looking for. He can tell if your soffits are 1/8 inch off to where it might create some moisture buildup later. I mean,
So
It's very special.
here's the way I see it. If you have any sort of roof issue going on right now, you can parlay these two things together where you get a new roof, you have Stephen Bader with IQ Power Solar paying your electric bill, and then whatever payment you have on the solar for the rest of this year. So essentially, we're wiping out your electric bill for the rest of the year, getting you a new roof, putting you on solar, which forever is going to decrease your electric bill. I went solar and went from $500 a month with my electric bill to $40, and that's what we're trying to do for you, but I understand you don't want to make any huge down payments right now. So to get a new roof, Steve, and go solar, and have you pay my bill the rest of the year, what kind of down payment am I looking at right now?
No down payment. And Justin, to attach some real numbers to this so that people are like, oh, what does that mean? Right now, on average, if a home goes solar, let's say it's a 2,000 square foot home and they have a $250 bill. If they knock that bill down to $20 and they get a brand new roof, on average right now, we're going to get rid of $230 of the bill. We're going to finance the roof into the deal, and they're going to get a solar tax credit on the portion of the roof that's supporting the solar, which is also going to be a couple $1,000s of savings. They're going to get a tax benefit in the range of $13,000 to $15,000.
Right.
And their payment with our program is going to be roughly, give or take $10, $250 a month.
So essentially less than you were paying before, but now for a new roof, and you've gone solar.
Yes.
And I also have some fears, guys, that when this all shakes out, I mean, we all expect to be back to work June 1st. Do you know what June 1st is? The beginning of hurricane season. So we're already going through this terrible pandemic, and then hurricane season starts here. And that's why I have some fears. If we don't do anything now, things could get backed up where we're not going to be able to do anything later.
Yeah, if I can address that.
Please.
Yeah, we're starting to see that right now. There's a huge backlog because, a lot of building departments are closing, doing things electronically, so it's taking longer. So it just depends on what city you live in, what type of jurisdiction, who's the building department, and it depends on how the permits are being handled. So a lot of jurisdictions are trying to go where the office is closed, and they're trying to do it electronically, and they're not advanced yet, so it's taking a lot longer. So it's creating a backlog. It's taking a lot longer to get a permit, things like that.
Yeah.
So if I can add on that, before I was a chief operating officer of IQ Power Solar, I was the standing research and development director for IQ Power Solar for almost 4 years. And I will tell you, there's going to be 2 waves of price increase in both solar and roofing, and some other contracting, certainly. And just for transparency, so you know that I'm not just saying, it's not just, okay, let me tell you how this happens really quick. Most of the distributors to contractor, meaning just like Ali gets his supplies from a distributor, just like solar companies get their supplies from a distributor, that's all credit line. A distributor has a net 60 with the manufacturer. A contractor has a net 30, net 60 with the distributor. Now, like he said, it's the same with solar. A lot of backlog permitting, meaning we may be making sales, but we can't go install. So this is scary now because while we're making sales, we can't go install to procure revenue. So now that we're here, we're going to stop buying solar after the sale, and we're going to wait until after the permit, which is going to delay our purchase time by about a month. Now, when the distributors realize that people aren't purchasing in bulk, they stop buying in bulk because they're not going to buy in bulk if they can't receive the revenue within their net 60. When they do that, they stop buying in bulk, they lose that bulk discount, which is where our increase is coming from. And our distributor's transparent. So when they said that the prices are going up in April 14th, they showed us that they're not getting that discount anymore. That's wave 1. Wave 2 is when we go into May and June with installs going from 4 weeks to 8 weeks to 12 weeks. Ali's going to hire a whole new crew. He's going to hire a third crew, and he's going to have multiple crews. And the cost of IQ Power and other solar companies, they're gonna need to get other crews because people aren't going to wait 3, 4, 5 months. So to get that install time down, they're going to have to get new crews and they're going to have to make new investments. And that's where installers are going to be paid more because there's a higher demand. They're going to be working longer. So that's the second wave of increase. And I'll tell you, the second that the banks can, as soon as they're into a better place, they're going to be firm. And it's the same with the real estate market. These interest rates that are across the board are not going to be there long. It's just the real deal because after this, especially banks that are investing in some of these companies that are going down and they're taking the credit lines, they're going to get paid back so much slower that they're going to need to make higher interest on the money they do have to loan. It's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, and one of the things, Ali, that Steve mentioned before, and obviously I trust Mecca Roofing more than any other company out there, but I think when people do hire a roofing company, there is a bit of a distrust with roofing companies. We're not sure if they're lying to us about how long it's going to take them to get out there. I mean, who's really going to be doing the job? Do we have insurance? I mean, these are some things that you really need to take into account when you hire a roofing company. Tell me about Mecca Roofing. Do you have those things?
Oh, absolutely. State licensed and insured. We've been around many, many years, over 20 plus years. We just have been around. We do a great job. I'm hands-on. I'm not just sitting in an office. I usually go out there and look at the sites and visit with the homeowners and make sure that we're doing everything that we're supposed to be doing.
And you two work together closely on a lot of different projects, I know. So let me ask Steve about Mecca, actually. When it comes to the roofing company, don't you think it makes a huge difference when you have a guy who's been a general contractor in this town for almost 30 years as opposed to just a roofing guy? So, if there's any sort of issue structurally, you want someone who knows construction when they're up on that roof to be able to fix it and actually see what's going wrong.
Yeah, what's funny is Ali and I weren't friends that said, hey, let's make some money together. We actually met through business, and we realized over a couple of years that we kind of have similar visions and similar growth visions. And I'll tell you, the same thing if someone asks me what's the best thing about Mecca Roofing, it's the same thing that I say if someone says what's the best thing about AccuPower Solar. And because of that, that's how we've kind of turned into very good friends. And I think it's the same between you and I. But here's the best thing about both Mecca Roofing and AccuPower Solar at the same time. It's not that we're flawless or we show up and just do an absolutely perfect, and you'll never get. It's that when there is an issue, when it's not convenient for us, we're not perfect. We don't want you to hire us because we don't want to sell you on the idea that we're perfect, because that's a transaction, right? I'm not transactional. We want you to, take the leap of faith that we're going to do the right thing by you, even when it's not convenient. And if there is a small error, even if we're busy, we're not going to be like, we can't get out there for 7 weeks. We're going to take care of it as if it's a brand new sale. And that is just harder and harder to find. It is a dying breed in business. And that's what's so good about Mecca Roofing.
Yeah. And that's what is so good about today is the three of us got together yesterday to try to figure out not what we could sell to you, but how we could help you. And I can't think of, this is why we get together sort of off the air sometimes. And this program that we put together, really that Stephen Bader put together, I think is fantastic for you. It's going to remove a very big expense from you for the rest of the year. IQ is going to pay your solar bill basically for the rest of the year, but also now pay your electricity bill next month to take that off of your plate as well. But at the same time, we can get a new roof under the same transaction for probably cheaper than you would pay for a roof otherwise. At least the interest rate's going to be less, I think, if you do it under the solar program. And so essentially you're going to be paying the same amount per month that you were paying for electricity to have a new roof and have solar and really increase the value of your home, because now you have a new roof and you have solar on your house. So I just can't think of anything bad. I can't think of any downfall, Steve.
Listen, it's very simple. You're paying for it anyway. In real life, if you're paying a $250 bill right now, next month, you're going to pay a $250 bill. The month after that, $250 bill. If you go solar with AccuPower, and even if you wrap in the roof, you're going to increase your home value by $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. You're going to eliminate these concerns for probably the remainder of the life of your home. And your payment is going to be offset by the payment that you're no longer paying on your electric bill. So you're paying for it anyway.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Is there going to be any type of cap on the electricity bill? Like if I'm a homeowner and my bill is $600, would you pay the whole thing in full, or will there be a cap on it?
No, listen. So the way that we're and honestly, the bigger your bill, it's going to be relative to the size of the system. But what we're going to do is offer you immediate relief in your next bill. Excellent. If you sign up with us, and then we're going to pay your payment for the rest of the year on the program you choose. And guys, I don't know if you take a look at the Duke Energy website. On their website, it says that they're proposing a 12% increase. Yeah. Do you realize that right now the utility companies are making comments like, hey, if you can't pay your power bill due to this, we're not going to turn your power off. Granted, but what you are going to do is use this in your legislation to increase. That means a $250 bill is going to be $279.
Yeah.
So, but whatever programs you use with us, that's not going up. It's locked in. It's crazy. It doesn't even matter if you're looking for solar. It doesn't matter if you got 5 years left on your roof. I promise you, holding a roof for another 3 years or 5 years, it's not going to be worth the savings you're going to get with the solar discount, offsetting your electric bill and using that to essentially pay your thing, and also captivating an extremely good tax credit.
Gotcha.
You're paying for it anyway.
And if I were to hire Mecca or even call you to come out and give me a quote or IQ, what is the consultation fee? What does it cost me to actually have you guys come out and see what's going on?
For us, it's absolutely free.
I think it costs you a lot more to not talk to us.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth to that, actually, Steve. I know you're smiling at me, but it is. I mean, I just wish I would have called you several years ago as opposed to last year, you know?
And just so you know, Mecca recently did an extensive training with me, and I am equipped, on my end to actually offer Mecca roofing quotes with the solar quote. So
Wow.
that, we have access to his permit staff. Susie's amazing. Her turnaround time is swift. We can get full satellite images and 20-page, breakdowns of the roof and the cost and full transparent proposal, and I'm equipped to do that, so there's no lag time.
Yeah. And there's one phone number to call, and you can call right now, 407-205-0400. I see no reason to delay. Let's get this project started next week. Get these guys out to your house. But that brings up another question. Okay, maybe some people right now don't want people in their house, or they want to make sure that you're doing something to protect my house from what's going on here. What's the plan?
Well, on the construction side, we've kind of limited our interior access, so we have a lot of jobs that what we're trying to do is focus on the outside just to, for the safety of our clients and the safety of our workers as well. And on the roof, it's pretty touchless. We can do everything via internet, via email, via Skype, Zoom, all these are options out there right now. So we can go in, knock out your roof in 3 days, 3-4 days, but that timing is going to get more and more as this COVID virus stays on.
So we actually worked together on this in February, and our boards got together and we knocked it out in a couple of hours. We have phone quotes, video quotes. We have the ability and the capability and the support staff to give you phone quotes. We have the ability to do touch-free service, meaning you don't have to come out and interact with us. And when we instituted the TouchFree install, you actually don't have to come out and meet anybody. You can stay in your home. With solar, you have to leave the garage open. We usually need access to your electric box and your water heater, etc. But in almost all cases, this can be a virtually touch-free situation.
407-205-0400. We will get them out there this week. This is only designed to help you. And let's talk about this on value of my home, though, as well. Mm-hmm. So let's say that I do go through this program and I get a new roof because, well, I needed one. I was going to need one in a year or so, no matter what. So I get a new roof. I essentially cut out my electric bill altogether, and IQ Power Solar is paying my payment for the rest of the year. But look at what it does to the value of your home, guys, because I've seen so many real estate deals not go through because while they're in the middle of the transaction, they'll see that the roof is old, and they'll say, well, I want credit for the roof, or they just won't buy the house because they can't get financing to buy your house because your roof is old. What do you think this is going to do for the value of your home, having a new roof and solar with virtually no electricity payment?
Oh, it's going to absolutely increase the value. I mean, and there's a lot of deal breakers when roofs are old, and because the mortgage company just won't finance you. So this is a perfect opportunity to get the both of best worlds.
Then let me simplify it. Ali, on a $15,000 roof, what would you say the amount of that is that you pull the permit on?
The full amount.
You pull the permit on $15,000?
Yep.
Okay. That is extremely valuable. It's the same thing about solar. If you get a roof with solar and you spend, $40,000 on the roof and solar, because we're going to get federal incentive with the ITC and the tax credit, we're going to pull the permit on the full contract. If you're going to get a custom in-ground pool put in that costs you $40,000, that doesn't increase your home value $40,000 because they pull the permit on a little bit over the material cost. The permit might be pulled on 10.2, 10.5, right. But with us. And guys, where does home value increase come from? It comes from the county, the local government, the permits, the property tax credit. It's viewing an agreement. And we've already had our clients sell their houses quicker to clients that literally said this wasn't our first pick, but we just couldn't ignore the fact that we don't have to worry about anything. They didn't have to worry about their water heater, their pool pump, their pool heating, their pool, their roof, they didn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
How do I know it's time for a new roof, though? I mean, is it certain 20 years you need a new roof, or does it vary? How do I really know it's time for a new roof?
It varies. It all depends. I mean, there could be a roof was installed 10 years ago, and it could be shining. You lost the granules. There's just a lot of things that we can look at, but we can go out there and look at it for free if you're unsure.
Yeah. Is there a typical time frame for a regular roof that I know it's time?
It's time.
It's time right now.
It's time right now.
I mean, 20 years. You got time for a new
20
one, right?
years. Yeah, it's time for a new one. 15
I just
to
know
20.
because I'm at 20 right now. It's probably about that time for
We
me.
need to get out there.
So
Now's the time.
literally, my roof was put in 2011. I don't need a new roof for 5 or 6 years, but I don't like the color of it.
Yeah.
It's a light gray, and it just doesn't vibe with my whole color palette for the way I want. So I'm actually looking at the cost analysis, and it's like I'm going to get my roof done because, listen, Mecca has a 50-year warranty.
Yeah.
So whether I get it in 4 years or now, it's set.
50 years
It's set.
warranty, I know.
But based on the savings, it doesn't make sense for me to keep the roof for 4 years because then I won't have the access to the solar credit. I won't have the access to the solar financing. And I'm not pulling my money out of the stock market right now.
Absolutely.
I don't even want to log in right now because then I can't function.
Steve, I've never done this before, but this was your idea. And you said, Justin, only on your TV show I'm going to offer this on the air. I want you to look into that camera and tell me right now what you're offering us.
We're doing a full COVID relief package for, again, medical staff. If you are on the front line, if you're police, if you're EMT, if you're an over-the-road trucker working around the clock, if you are a National Guard that's been deployed and your family's at home, rising your electric bill, what we're going to do, you meet with us, you sign up with us, we're going to reimburse you for your next electric bill, so you're not going to have to worry about that. And then we're going to pay your payment for the rest of the year on the program that we get you into.
Thank you very much. Stephen Bader, IQ Power Solar. They did my home, and I'm so happy that they did. Ali Asmar, Mecca Builders, and Mecca Roofing. I can't thank you guys enough for joining me and coming up with this idea to really help everybody.
On that note, Marissa in our permanent office is trying to get a hold of you.
I know.
Please be more accessible.
407-205-0400. We're standing by right now to take your call. We'll get you in this program right away. Thank you, guys. But most importantly, thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions whatsoever, if you're looking to sell your home, it's the same phone number, 407-205-0400. I'm attorney Justin Clark, and I'll see you back here again next week for You Have Real Estate.
You Have Real Estate with attorney Justin Clark is sponsored by Margaritaville Cottages, Orlando.